Welcome to the September 2023 Star Wars Canon Update. Last month we got 4 episodes of Ahsoka, a new High Republic book, and 11 new comics, so let's dive in. Ahsoka parts 4 through 7 all came out and they were all great. I was iffy on the first 3, but these last 4 have completely won me over. Anakin, The World Between Worlds, Purrgil, Jacen, Thrawn, Night Sisters, Mon Mothma, Little Hobbit Crab People, Ezra. I love how much this series is leaning into how weird Star Wars animation can be. Ezra is perfection, and it's a thrill to see Thrawn on screen again. I assume if you're watching this video, you already watched Ahsoka, but if you want to hear more of my thoughts, I'll post a link to that playlist in the cards. Tales of Light and Life is the new book of the month, a collection of short stories set in the High Republic that bridges the gaps between all 3 phases of the publishing initiative. As a big fan of the era, I liked it a lot. It answers some questions fans have had for over a year and got me hyped up for Phase 3 to kick off next month. You can see my full review for the book in the cards. Dark Droids Issue 2 continued the crossover event with the comics, and this is an odd story, but it's doing some interesting things. As this dark entity takes over the minds of more and more droids, it realizes it needs the Force for victory. It decides infecting Darth Vader is its best shot since he is more machine than man, but still able to wield the Force with ease. But the Dark Droids are opposed by Ajax Sigma, the droid revolutionary who is building an army of his own. This is all very weird, and I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, but it's definitely entertaining and shocking at times, with the droids attempting to combine human and droid parts. Star Wars Issue 38 toned down the body horror and swapped it out for straight-up pulpiness, which I liked. Lando is trying to get to an old droid he sold to Jabba's palace to heal Lobot's failing cybernetics, but of course it's chaos in there with a ton of infected droids. Boba Fett is fighting them off, and they get dropped into the Rancor pit to make things as terrible as they possibly can be. It's still a weird story, but it's full of heart thanks to Lando and Lobot's relationship. Darth Vader Issue 38 saw the Sith Lord defeat the droid invasion of the Executor while under threat of annihilation by several other Star Destroyers, but they actually attempt to help thanks to loyalty to Piett by sending over some of their own droids, which of course become corrupted and spread throughout the other ships, forcing Piett to destroy them all. Meanwhile, Vader heads back to Mustafar to repair some of his droid allies, unwittingly bringing the corruption to an old Separatist droid factory. Bounty Hunters Issue 38 showed us a glimpse into Ajax's colony's past while they waited for his return and battled against General Grievous, which was neat, but in the present day, their current cyborg ruler has taken over the mind of Valance, who straight up blows the head off of one of the bounty hunters, which made my eyes go wide. I'm glad at how much I've been enjoying this comic series lately. Dr. Aphra Issue 36 followed Aphra and Lucky as they investigate some old Clone Wars-era Tag Corporation droids that have been activating on their own, obviously connected with the other droid-based catastrophes going on. Meanwhile, Magna Tulvin looks into a missing rebel ship that was also attacked by droids. Not a whole lot happened this time around. It's kind of reminding me how some of the other comic crossover events would result in weird pacing for the other series. D-Squad Issue 1 was completely silly but enjoyable. After 3PO jettisons R2-D2 from Home 1, he gets picked up by Whack from the D-Squad Clone Wars arc, and then they bump into Chopper, who is on a secret mission of his own. R2 then follows up on a clue leading to a homicidal protocol droid he believes is 3PO, but of course it's 000 instead. It's like a weird who's who of droids so far. But there's also a little story about Ajax, his history from the High Republic, and his attempts at growing beyond the rage that once controlled him. It's like a quick catch-up for people who haven't read stuff like Han Solo and Chewbacca, which is nice. Hyperspace Stories Issue 9 was another fun time. Quinlan Vos runs into Cad Bane as he tries to rescue one of the bounty hunter's targets. The mission brings him into contact with the stuffed animal that keeps popping up throughout this series. I keep saying it, but it's still true. This one little through line has made the entire series far more engaging. The first issue of the Obi-Wan Kenobi adaptation was fine. Like the other comic adaptations, it feels like the episode in Fast Forward, this one even more so because it's a long episode. Whole scenes had to be skipped to get it within the page count, I assume. I've enjoyed Jodie Houser's adaptations in the past, so I'm hoping some of the shorter episodes get some good expansion. The Mandalorian Season 2 adaptation continued with its 4th issue. It is once again like the episode in Fast Forward. Nothing new to report for the story, but I did like the artwork more than previous issues, so that's a plus. For Story of the Month, I'm just gonna say all of Ahsoka. I think Part 6 has been my personal favorite, but it's a tough call. The series has been a real joy to watch this past month. In October, we're getting one more Ahsoka episode, the new Kira novel, Crimson Climb, 11 new comics, and more. And we're finally getting the start of the High Republic Phase 3 with the first issue of Shadows of Starlight. The Canon update will return in early November to cover all those stories. Until then, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow us on our socials, and consider checking out our Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.